Hey Leonie, finally I am getting around to doing your little workout video. I'm so sorry it's taken this long, but I'm doing it, I'm here, and we're gonna, get into it. So I'll just go through each of the exercises that I'd like you to give a go, and I'll just explain them, and then you can, go for it, and you just let me know how you feel, and if it hurts, if it doesn't hurt, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll just go from here. But we're getting into it, we're doing it. So again, I'm so sorry it's taken so long, but here we go. All right, so this is the dead bug. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on your back. You're gonna have your knees up in tabletop position. And what we're gonna do is we're going to lower the opposite leg and opposite arm at the same time. But what I want you to do is push against your knee with your hand. That's not lowering. So you keep your core engaged and you keep that back, nice and stable as well. Okay. So we're going to cross. So right hand on the left knee, and then we're going to extend, and then we come back up, swap. Nice and controlled as you lower. Okay, so push against that knee. You can keep your chin to your chest, it activates your core a little bit more. You can see I'm shaking already. Push against that knee and lower. If it gets too much, just put your head down. Same thing, so you're feeling it in that in the lower abs, and then we're trying to keep our back nice and flat. Okay, so nice and controlled as you lower that leg and arm. Okay, so usually it's like this, but just to get started, just push against that knee so you keep nice and stable as you lower the leg and the arm. So that's number one, that's dead bug. Okay, next exercise is a 4-point hold with an extension. So this one is really important that we don't go up when we're doing the exercise, we go out with our arms and legs, and again sucking that belly button into our back, and just keeping the glutes engaged. So really think about squeezing your glutes when you're doing this exercise. All right, so hands on the ground, wrists, elbows, shoulders all in a nice straight line, and then knees underneath the hips. And so what you're going to do is you're basically going to lift your right arm and then lift the left leg, but you're going to balance, so sucking that belly button in, squeeze your glutes, core on, and then you're going to extend straight out. Okay, so I don't want you to go up, so don't go up because that's going to put pressure on your back. So we want to go straight out and then back in, touching the ground, changing sides, so then straight out, coming back in. So really think about keeping that core on. Now your hips may move a little bit at the start, which is fine, but the goal is to try and keep those hips in a line as we go out. You can point your toe, flex your foot, whatever you feel comfortable, bringing those knees and legs back in. And then so just changing sides every time. So nice and controlled. So that is your 4-point hold. All right. Next exercise is single leg lifts, I guess. So we're going to lay on our back. I kind of have my hands underneath my bum. And then we're going to bring our legs up. Now, the lower your legs are, the more pressure it is on the core. So we can start up kind of the 45 degree and then lower our legs. Now lower them as low as you can. You don't have to start here straight away and doing these ones. That's not what you need to do. But legs as low as you can, lower them as low as you can if there's fine. And then just lowering nice and controlled as you do it. Chin to chest if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, head down to start, nice and controlled. So really trying to keep these abs, the lower abs engaged, and we don't want the back to arch, okay? So if you feel your back starts to arch when you get to here, then stop, bring that leg up, okay? So we want to just keep that back nice and flat as we lower the legs. Just nice and slow, nice and controlled. So you feel it in the quads as well for this move. So again, we don't want the back to arch off the ground. If you want to have your hands out, I just feel more comfortable, a bit of support underneath the butt. And then yeah, you can start lowering them nice and low. I can feel my back start to arch, so I need to bring my legs up a little bit higher and then just lower. So yeah, that's the single leg one. Okay, so the last exercise I want you to do is chair squats. So it can be on a couch or a chair, totally up to you, whatever you have. So basically you can find a chair, make sure it's nice and stable. I want you to have feet, so I'll show you this way first. So feet just in line with the hips or shoulders, and toes just slightly out, not straight, and definitely not pointed inwards. So as you go down for your squat, you're going to really think about pushing your butt back and keeping your knees in line with the toes. We don't want them going forward, and I want you looking straight ahead. Just for the first few reps, obviously look down just to make sure everything's in line. But then we really want to keep our chest proud, so chest up, and then pushing that butt back as we go down for a squat, and then come back up. So what I want you to do on the chair, I want you to do it on the chair because you're supported, and I want you to lift your feet at the bottom. So you're going to go all the way down, lift your feet, and then you're going to push through your heels, and then standing back up, okay? So coming down, lift the feet up, stand back up. So really think about squeezing in glutes, driving through those heels, keeping that chest up. When you feel comfortable, we'll start to change this with the squat. So keeping that chest up, straight up, okay? You can challenge yourself, get a lower chair, lower stool, as you start to feel a bit stronger. But we'll start with those. If that hurts at all, then just do squats where you just slightly tap the chair and then straight back up, okay? If you don't feel comfortable, slight tap of the bottom on the chair and then standing straight up. So nice and supported. So working those legs, glutes, and this will help that lower back and the core as well. All right, so that is our last exercise. Okay, it is stretching time. So stretching for you, or for everyone really, is just as important as the exercises. So I'll just go through a few stretches, but basically, I guess to release the back muscles that have been so tight for so long for you, we really want to go through hip flexors, quads, glutes, and hamstrings, okay? Now if you want to, you can roll these out as well, but just holding these stretches for 10 to 15 seconds I think will just help kind of start to loosen everything up, especially with you doing these exercises as well. So first one, hip flexors. So that is here, so it goes along this area of the body. So what I want you to do is one knee bent, one knee forward, and then you're just going to, hands on hips, wherever feels comfortable, and you're just going to slightly lean into it, okay? So you should feel the stretch here, okay? So just holding, you can kind of just slightly lean. I don't want you to go just like straight into it, okay? Just gently start to lean into that stretch, okay? If you want to, you can come down a little bit lower if you're not feeling it. So really bring those hands to the ground, fingers down to the ground, and then you can start going hands here, and then you can go all the way down to the forearms as you get a bit more flexible. Okay, so that's your hip flexor stretch, and you obviously just change sides. Glutes. So we're going to turn over onto our back. So we can go ankle on the top quad, and then we're going to bring our hands through, reach through, and I guess kind of just push against that inner thigh there. So you should feel it here. You can do this stretch a few different ways. So you can bring it up, bring that heel in nice and close. That's too much. Heel a little bit further away. Or another good one for the glute and the outer leg. So you have legs straight. So let's say left leg straight, right leg bent. Bring the right leg over the knee. Left elbow comes to the back of the right knee, and then we just do a slight twist, looking over the opposite shoulder, and you're pushing against the knee, so it should be stretching there. So that's a couple different ones for you, depending on your pain level and things like that for the glutes. Quads, you can do this standing up, or you just have one leg straight, one leg bent. Try and keep your knees together. So you can sit like this if you feel that stretch, or you can just start to lower the body down. So this stretches your hip flexors a little bit as well, so you feel it on the quad there. Or you can do the traditional standing up and balancing. Balancing on one leg, stretching the quad. For that one, I like this one because you lay down. Alright, and hamstrings. So you've got the typical hamstring stretch, one leg in, one leg out, and then reaching forward, trying to touch your toes. You can feel it in the hamstring there. Or you can do two legs together like this, reaching forward, holding. When you are doing these runs, even a lot of people just go into the stretch. I really believe that like breathing when you're stretching helps tremendously. It's a big word for me. So think about like you're going to breathe in as you lean forward, so breathe in. And then breathe out as we go forward, and then every few seconds take a breath in and then breathe out, and you should be able to just slowly creep forward and get deeper into those stretches. Hamstring, you can kind of do this with your hip flexor, so you can start in the hip flexor position, and then I like to put my hands on the ground and then just roll back onto my heel, so I can feel that all in the back of the leg there. And then you can just slowly walk your hands back, sitting on your heel there, and then really feeling that stretch. And again, just breathing, nice big breath in and out. Sounds kind of weird, but sounds hippy-dippy, I guess. But yeah, breathing really gets you deeper into those stretches, okay? So if you can do those stretches, focusing on the hip flexors, glutes, quads, and hamstrings, I think you'll really start to loosen up the back and just, yeah, help in general. All right, well, I hope all that makes sense. Please send me a message, give me a ring if you have any questions, and then we'll just keep going from here and slowly make changes. And yeah, awesome. All right, bye.